Angelique, what are your thoughts?
Everything that you both have said has really resonated with me. I was just at the store an hour or so ago, and they already have all the displays out for the baking and the trims and things for Thanksgiving. And it's just walking by it would be so innocuous for the average person. And for me, it's sort of like stirring up, like, here it comes, we're getting ready. You know what it's going to be this year. I agree that it's sometimes not even the day itself. It's the anticipation up to it. It's the day after. Sometimes the day itself for me is just sort of normal, but I try to have some type of plan, meaning last year I volunteered at a soup kitchen to feed the homeless. And then I had like a movie day planned for me where I went to the movies by myself. And even though I was by myself the whole day, it was sort of like I had planned that out. And I liked that because I could have opted out if I wanted to, but I didn't want to just sit at home by myself the whole entire time without options. And it actually worked out okay. I mean, I was there by myself, kind of remembering that this is completely unusual and very strange now that all of my family is gone. But I think it helped to just know and tell myself beforehand, this is just going to be hard. It's going to be a hard day. It's going to be a hard season. And it's okay if you feel like you need to cry, if you need to be upset, if you need to be angry because you're missing out on the things that you thought you were going to have. And I think you try to find some gratitude in it as well, because I know for sure, as hard as things have been for me, there's always someone that has it way, way worse than I do. And I am very lucky in a lot of ways.
Mm-hmm. I love that, Angelique. And one of the things that I heard you say that you actually participated in another form of giving back, right? So even though you are going through your individual journey, if you will, you sort of paced yourself and kind of retracted and distracted. You found something to distract your feelings just for the moment, right? Another good plan that I like was that if you became overwhelmed or if you had those feelings, then you were in control where you could decide, you know what? I need a timeout. This is where I need to exit. So I love that idea, and I appreciate you sharing that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Kathy, what are your thoughts?
I want to piggyback on something that Angelique said, and that what she said really resonated about. I think of it as flexibility, because flexibility for what could possibly be going on for the holidays, and then also giving grace to yourself, because the reality is, when it's your first time going through it after your loss, you really don't know how you're going to feel every day when you wake up. It's probably not going to be great, or maybe you are having a good day, whatever. But you don't know, and so it's okay to come up with plans, but also be flexible and realistic, so that, as you just mentioned, if you are not having a good day for whatever reason and you really don't feel up to it, that you have, I don't want to say an escape plan, but you have some way to say, you know, I can't do this right now. And hopefully people will understand. If they don't, that's their issue, not yours. But I think that's really important. But also giving grace to yourself, so that because I was also going to mention the consumption of social media and self-awareness. And it's really hard to do that immediately after a loss, or even months after a loss. But trying to be aware of the social media that you consume, because it just builds up that whole image of what a holiday is supposed to be. Because, you know, there's going to be a Lexus in the driveway and it's going to have a big red bow. And, you know, you're going to fall in love again magically. And the Hallmark Channel has their Christmas movies and all that. So that is something else I think that's important to mention, because, you know, if watching social media gives you comfort, great. But I think that's something to be aware of, because it also could be building unrealistic expectations, or making you feel like you have to go do something for the holiday that you really don't have to do if you don't want to do it.
Yeah, that's a great point. Kathy, I must say, I'd be the first to agree with you. I would love to go out of my driveway and see something with a great big red bow on it. I got to tell you that.
Nice ball. But it's
Yeah, yeah. But you also bring up a great point. Social media in itself, it kind of almost makes us feel like we're expected to be a certain way. We're expected to feel a certain way, right? But in our own personal grief journey, our own individual personal grief journey, then you're absolutely right. We have to have that realistic type of feeling, if you will, say, hey, it's okay if I'm not okay today. It's okay if I don't want to be in a festive mood. It's okay that if so-and-so invites me over and I'm just feeling like, oh, well, maybe later or maybe not. It's okay, right? So I think that with social media, it's almost like, hey, you have to do this, or the holidays are the time to be around family. But I think in my own personal journey, I just say, LaTanya, it's okay if I'm feeling a certain way, right? And I can't, pretend to be happy. I can't pretend to be a certain way if my heart's not in it. So I appreciate those points that you make. Great points, Kathy.
It's also a balancing act with what Terry said, that you don't want to become too reclusive either. So there's a balancing act, but it's at least giving it some thought. So
Sure. Thank you for sharing, Kathy.